AITA for refusing to wear a wig to my friend's wedding? I am not op. Original post by you, Strict Mastodon in R. Amethyst Hole. An NBSP. AITA for refusing to wear a wig to my friend's wedding? The 15th of June 2019. Just as a little background. I grew up in a very strict Christian family where I wasn't allowed to cut my hair. Ever. Because hair is a woman's crown. It was down to my knees by the time I escaped at 18. Ever since then I've either had a pixie, a buzz cut, or have been totally bald. Because I cannot stand the heavy feeling of long hair or all the brushing, washing, detangling after dealing with it for so many years. So that's a big reason I'm so stubborn about this issue. Also, all of my friends involved in this story have always known me as the girl with no hair. Right now I'm bald because I always shave my head completely for the summer. One of my good friends is getting married in August and she chose me to be one of her bridesmaids. Everything had been cool. She's always been the sweetest person and she showed no signs of going bridezilla before this. Until she called me up about 3 weeks ago and asked me if I could do her a favor and wear a wig to her wedding. She explained that she wanted all of her bridesmaids to match and that she wanted us all to look good in the pictures. I told her I really didn't want to get a wig, and we've been on bad terms ever since. All of our friends are on her side because it's just a wig, and it's not like she's asking you to grow out your hair for the wedding. So she's not the one being unreasonable. And I know I can be very stubborn sometimes. Which I guess is the reason I'm posting here. The thing is, I don't know how many of you will be aware of this, but a wig that will actually look good, realistic, is expensive. I've already paid for a bridesmaid's dress, new shoes, and plane tickets, as well as a small deposit for the person who's going to do our makeup. This wedding has already cost me a fortune. I could afford a wig if I wanted to. But do I really want to spend the money on something I'll never wear again when I've already spent a ton? Not really. Also, this is going to be on a plantation in Louisiana in August. I'm already going to be hot and uncomfortable. And a wig will make things 1,000 times worse. My biggest reason in this is why my friends are saying I'm the asshole's the principal of the thing. I feel like it implies I look bad because I don't have hair. Which I personally don't think is true. Is being bald so hideous I'll ruin her pictures? Is she going to make her balding father wear a toupee? And I think the "I want us to match" thing is stupid. We're already wearing matching dresses. Why isn't that enough? I know it's her day, and we're supposed to make her happy. But isn't there a line? I've offered to wear a cute headscarf as a compromise if my bald head is that offensive. But she's not having it. I'm still in the bridal party and invited, but I don't know for how much longer. Honestly. AITA for not wanting to wear a wig? Verdict. NTA. Edit. Just to add 2 things. 1. She's not willing to pay or reimburse me for the wig, in part or in full too. Along with the headscarf, I'd also be willing to grow my hair out into a pixie cut. The wedding is at the beginning of August, so it'd still be really short though. An NBSP update. AITA for refusing to wear a wig to my friend's wedding? The 23rd of June 2019. So first of all, thank you so much for your replies and advice. I'm writing an update post because things ended up working out well. And because I want people to see my friend isn't actually a horrible person like people were saying she was. I texted her asking if we could work things out over a phone call. We don't live in the same state, so our relationship is over phone and text. It turns out a lot of you were right and my friend was being pressured to ask me to wear a wig. Her future mother-in-law found out about my shaved head and pitched a fit. Like I said in a comment, my friend can be a huge pushover. And this woman is apparently a nightmare. She's also paying for vast majority of the wedding. So my friend felt even more beholden to what she wanted. That's why she told me she couldn't pay for the wig. Mother-in-law refused to. Neither of them knew how expensive a good wig can be. My friend only found out when I told her over the phone. That's also why our dresses, shoes and makeup weren't covered. It turns out my friend is mortified by what she sees as her mother-in-law making her look cheap and greedy. But she didn't want to tell us that because she's already embarrassed to be relying on her mother-in-law's money. Apparently it's her fiancé's family insisting on a huge extravagant wedding. That's why her reasons didn't ring true to me as well. She didn't want to hurt my feelings by telling me that her mother-in-law was being so judgmental of me. So she basically blurted out the first things that came into her head. She assured me she thinks I look great with short hair and apologized for making me think she thought I look bad. I know people will question how I can believe her, but I've been friends with her for nearly 10 years and I give her the benefit of the doubt. We've been there for each other through a lot and really care about one another. I'm still side-eyeing the plantation wedding, but I didn't tell her that because she seemed so stressed out by essentially being bullied by her fiancé's family. I didn't want to pile on. I do know for a fact that she only wanted that venue for the big oak trees all over the property, which are admittedly beautiful. I went to the plantation's website and they do acknowledge slavery's evils and even have a memorial to everyone who was enslaved there. So that makes me feel slightly better. I did tell her that asking me as a mixed girl to wear a blonde wig could be seen as racially insensitive, and I explained why. She was horrified and apologized over and over sincerely. She wants to stand out from her bridesmaids in pictures. And she didn't even consider the racial implications of asking me because most of her bridesmaids are blonde. She's kind of oblivious to things like that. So are a lot of people. But the few times I've had to point out something she said could be hurtful, she's always been understanding instead of defensive. I decided I'm going to grow out my hair as much as possible for the wedding just to help her not get grief from her monster-in-law. It'll still be pretty short. So that's okay. She's fine with that too, except she was worried I'll still have to deal with snide remarks from her fiancé's family. I reassured her that after nearly a decade with short hair I've pretty much heard it all. By the time we hung up I felt way better, not only about the wedding, but about our friendship. An NBSP reminder: I am not the original poster. That's a marriage that won't last. If you let your family bully your soon-to-be wife, you're a coward and a tool. Same thing if it's the other way. Stand up for your SOS people. Mom and dad are gonna die someday and you'll be spending your life with your son not 6 feet under. With dear old controlling narcissistic ma and pa. I love how Oop glossed over the fact that she is biracial and the wedding is on a plantation. Oop should share our JUSTNOMIL with her friend because geesh. Oop, skip the wedding, keep a guest room open for when friend needs to flee the marriage. My friend isn't a horrible person. They are just weak and easily manipulated, and it's indicative of the type of family she's marrying into. I wear wigs every day. I have hair loss. Not by choice. Louisiana wedding at a plantation wedding? Fuck that. Wigs are hot. Cheap wigs. $200,400. Are hot. Real human hair wigs that look nice could be $2,000 plus. But they'll still be hot. There is no reason why Oop can't wear a cute hat. It worked out as well as it possibly could with a beginning like that. Better a horrendous future mill than a horrendous friend. I was side-eyeing the plantation too. Yet another instance where this wedding probably should not happen. Where is the groom? Seriously. Where is the groom? Why isn't he reigning in his mother until he's willing and able to be an independent entity from his mother. He has no business getting married. And this woman marrying him really needs to grow a spine as well. An FFS. On a plantation? I'm sorry. I love me some historic properties. But sometimes they just aren't okay. I like that they talked it out like adults. The bride can blame the mill for asking for a wig. And she can blame Op for refusing to wear one. Op gets to wear what she wants and everyone's happy. Oop should grow out her hair. All of it. Armpits. Legs. That stubborn big toe hair. I do know for a fact that she only wanted that venue for the big oak trees all over the property, which are admittedly beautiful. I went to the plantation's website and they do acknowledge slavery's evils and even have a memorial to everyone who was enslaved there. So that makes me feel slightly better. I imagine that some of the concentration camp memorials in Germany might have some beautiful locations too, but I wouldn't go to a wedding there. NTA, but I think OOP's childhood hair issues left her with a scar. I'd be more concerned about being in plantation photos. And that was before I found out she's mixed. Just what? 3 years later, wonder if the friend is still married to that family. Yeah, no. Plantation wedding. They want her to wear a wig and she just happens to be biracial? The culprit was racism. White girl getting married at a plantation is consistently oblivious to the racial implications of her actions. Shocking reveal. Oh oop, I hope you found better friends. Info. Why is the best friend even marrying into this family? The mill sounds like a complete psycho. I also grew up in a fundy group that didn't allow women to cut their hair, and I also cannot stand to have long hair ever since leaving at 17. There is no way I'd offer to grow my hair out for a wedding. Chin length is the longest it ever gets, and I usually buzz it within a few months of having it that long. Oop is way more forgiving than I'd be about 95% of this situation. And that's not even getting into the ask a mixed girl to wear a blonde wig to be in a wedding on a slave plantation, which is extremely D.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.